Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with On Guard by PjoeterBliep. This continues our Sudoku Adventure 1000 celebration, and PjoeterBliep wanted to submit 2 puzzles for it. So this is their second puzzle in our celebration. And this one was inspired by the puzzle Old Guard by the Asylum. It's a Sudoku Adventure 536. They say, I've been doing Japanese puzzles, also known as nonograms, Picross, etc., long before I started with variant Sudoku, usually very big grids that have nice pictures as results. The Old Guard puzzle combines my old hobby with my newer hobby of Sudoku variants and produces a surprisingly detailed picture for a 6x6 grid, combined with an interesting Sudoku logic. So we might expect a picture today. So how are we getting our picture? Well, we do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. That's for this internal grid here. So each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. The colors used in this puzzle are blue and pink. So pink squares have a black border. So I guess this is if you can't tell the difference between blue and pink. The pink ones have this black border around it. The blue ones do not. All right. For best results, remove all unshaded marking you've done in the puzzle. Okay. So Japanese sums rules. The squares outside the grid indicate the order of the runs of contiguous cells that must be shaded the color of the clue. So, for example, we need to have a run of purple cells, and then we need to have a run of blue cells. There may or may not be a blank cell, an unshaded cell in between those. If we end up with, are there any with 2 in a row? Yeah, so like down here, we have a 4 and a 6. Those do require at least 1 blank cell in between. So the point is that we need to be able to tell the difference between the run of 4 and the run of 6 because they're both blue. So in order to tell the difference between them, where that gap is, we must have a blank cell in between. We're not allowed to make it pink because there is no pink clue here. But we also can't abut them and just like pretend there's some divider here. The divider needs to be a blank cell. But between a blue and a pink, you can tell the difference between those. And so we do not need a blank cell between those. All right. And finally, I guess to give this example again, the digit inside, or the value inside of the clue, is the sum of the digits of that run. And it's in order. So this would have to just be a 4. This would add to 6, say 1, 5. And then this would add to 6, which unfortunately we can't actually do without repeating a 4, but that would be 2, 4. All right, so this is not a way we could fill this row because we can't do the sums. But anyway, I'm trying not to give away too much about the puzzle during the rules. All right, and all shaded runs are given, so you cannot shade a cell unless it is associated with a clue outside its row or column. And it's going to be clued by both the row and the column. So they're going to agree with each other. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. So usually the way to get started in something like this, where we have so many clues going on, is to remember that a row or a column in boxes, not that it matters, is going to sum to 21 in a 6x6 because it's going to have 1 through 6 once each, and 1 through 6 adds to 21. So for example, this column here has 5, 5, 11. That adds to 21. That means we have no blank cells here. So we have to start at the very top with this blue 5, and we have to end at the very bottom with the blue 11. Now 5 could be in 1 cell, but 11 needs 2 cells. 5, 6 adds to 11. So we could technically do that. Now only one of these 5s can be a singular 5. And if it was a singular 5, then now we can't do 11 and 2. We need to do 11 and 3. And that does make us end up having to use all the cells. I guess the question is, does this have to be pink? I don't think it has to be pink, does it? I think it does, actually. So if this was the singular 5, then we immediately move on to the pink, because we can't have any gaps, and the pink does use that cell. The alternative is that this isn't the 5, so it has to use 2 cells, and this still ends up pink, because you can't do 5 and 3 cells. So no matter what, this cell here is pink, and that's going to be associated with our 5 clue. Now we notice 5 plus 15 is 20, so this row is going to have an outie 1 somewhere. It's either going to be here, or in between the pink and the blue. But I don't know where that's going to happen. Okay, what else are we doing then? Do we have any other rows or columns that add to 21? I guess that's the first question. I'm just going to go through each one. So this adds to 15. This adds to 21. So we're going to have the 6 run starting here, and the 5 run ends here. So this is part of our 8, and this is part of our 3. Now, I don't know exactly what we're doing. So one of these 5s is a 5, and the other 2 are the 1, 4, and 2, 3. And so that's going to use up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 6. And so it's got to be next to a 2 that's blue. That could be either of these. They're allowed to be, there are going to be 2s. So we don't know which one is the clue that's used for it. Okay, that's nasty. Right. This adds to 20. Okay, none of the rest of them add to 21. So that's all we get from that. What else can we deduce here then? So we know that this 6 goes with this 2 or with this 2. This is going to either be a 3 on its own. Okay, so here's a deduction, right? This is a 3 on its own. Like, okay, sorry. If this was a 5, how would it make the 3 clue? This is not gonna. It's too big. So this is maximum 3, which means this is 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be our 2 cell 5. Now this, yeah. So the problem is this. We don't know if it's 2 cell pink, or a 5 on its own, and that's going to affect the 11 sum. So I don't know what to do with that. Well, okay, so can this really be pink? And the answer is no, because look at the row. The row needs a 4 and a 6 blue clue before it. There's no way we're fitting that. So this has to be the blue. And so this is a singular 5. And so now this adds to 11 and 3. I think it doesn't matter. It's going to be missing whatever adds, whatever we're using to add to 5 here. That's just going to be missing from our 11 sum. So we can't really say much about that. It's going to have the 6 in it. This can't be the 6. Okay, I can tell you that this is the 4 clue, right? If it was the 6 clue, the 4 clue would have to abut it, and we're not allowed to do that. So, or it would touch it, right? We need a blank cell in between. So this cannot be the 6 because it's a 4 clue. This can't be the 6, it's a 1 clue. In fact, it's the 1. So that makes this the 6. And so we're doing 1 plus 6, and then this is a 4, and then this is a 2, 3 pair. And so that finishes our 4 clue. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to use cells that we know are not shaded. I'm just going to make gray to remind myself I know they're not shaded. And so because we know we finished this 4 clue, and there's nothing to its left, and to its right is another blue, we need to unshade that as well. The 1 clue is the same. We need to shade around it, and the 6 clue is the same. Oh, no. So actually, we don't need to shade to the right of it, but to the left of it, we do need to shade. But to the right of it, we could start the 3 immediately, except we can cross-reference and say, this row wants a pink clue next, and this column can only have blue clues in it. So since there's no pink in this column, this is gray, and this is gray. Okay. So I need room for a 6 clue and a 6 clue over here. So we've grayed out all we can in this row, because I can't do 2 singular 6 clues. The singular 6 clue is definitely not here. So this is part of the sum to 6, and it's not 2, 4, so it's going to be a 1 or a 5. Interesting. And it's going to be, I don't know if it's blue or pink. That's the problem. But maybe we can do some outie math here. So what do these 2 add to? So we have 6 and 6 and 4. So that adds to 16. So to get to 21, we need 5 more. So these 2 add to 5, and 4 is gone. So this has to be a 2, 3 pair. And that leaves 1, 5, 6 here. Okay, then I think that all makes sense. Now we know, okay, so we know that this is pink and this is blue. We just don't know if the middle one is blue or pink, but we do need to use all 3 of them. Okay. There's a pink 3 or 2 pink 1, 2s over here. Oh, no, the 1 is gone. So there's a pink 3 somewhere over here. That means there's a 3 down here somewhere. Are we restricted on where our pink 3 can go? I'm not sure. I don't think this can be the pink 3. Because if this was a pink 3, look what happens. We need it to join this to sum to 6. We're not doing 3 plus 3, so we'd have to do a 1 here, and then a 2 either here or here as pink. It would actually be here because this ends in a 15, but blue 15. But the column already uses a 2 in blue above up here somewhere. And so we can't use the 2, and so we can't do 6 and 3. And so we can't put a 3 here that's pink. And so it's just not going to be shaded. The pink 3 is one of these two. It would make a lot of sense to do the pink 3 here with a 2 here. We could also do the pink 3 here. No, we can't do the pink 3 here with a 1 here, because there's already a pink 1 up here somewhere. So actually the conclusion is this can't be the 3, because if it was the 3, it would be pink. It can't be involved in the 4 clue. So this is the 3, it's pink. And then in order to add to 5, that's a 2. And so now this is blue. And it could be a 1-4 pair here, or it has both blue or a 5 on its own. But I do need a pink 5 somehow. This wouldn't be a pink 5 on its own. This is always pink then. Because if this were unshaded, this would be a pink 5 on its own, and it can't be. So this is always pink. And it's involved in a 5 sum, not 2 or 3. All right. What else can I conclude here? The 3 is, this row is done. We just have a bunch of unshadeds here. This 2 is involved in a, right. So this column needs to end in a pink 4, and then that finishes our 6 as well. Okay, so that's not shaded. Now this ends in a pink 6, and we actually have the colors now. So that's our 6. And that is not a 6. All right, that row looks good. Now we just need a 2 somewhere up here. I don't know what to do with that. Okay, this is unshaded. Remember that this row just had a single unshaded 1 in it because it adds to 20. That's our unshaded 1, and the rest has to be blue. All right, so this adds to 5. This is a 5 on its own. This is 1, 4. This is 5, and it's part of an 8 sum. So I guess this is... Oh, but then we need a pink 1 and a blue 2. Okay, so this has to be the 3 to add to 8. This has to be the pink 1, and then this has to be the blue 2. Gives us the 3 and the 2 here. All right, I wonder what our picture is going to be. This is a 2. So this is a 6. That finishes the whole column. The column just has the 6 in it. All right. Now, 6 in this box goes over here. It actually goes right here. And that finishes our 8 sum, and then that means, yeah, all of these are done. We got the 3. Okay, we're doing well. The 8 is done as well, so that's unshaded. The 6 is done, so that's unshaded. So we have all our shading. So now we can get rid of this and look at what our picture was. It's called On Guard, so I would have expected it to look like either a fencing sword or a fencer. I'm not seeing it. Let's make sure our solution is correct. Let's finish the puzzle. So we need a 1, 4, 5. This can't be 1 or 5, so that's 4. So this is the 5 and this is the 1. All right. Here, this column finishes with 6. I need a 1 and a 5 here. Oh, this can't be the 1. Sorry. So that's 5. That's 1. Down here, I need the 3 and the 5. That 5 looks down. That's 3. That's 5. That's 2. That's 3. This 3 accelerating in the corner there. These 2 digits are the 2 and the 5. Oh, sorry, the 2 and the 4. And then up here, we need the 3 and the 4. And we're done. Correct solution. So what does this look like? Okay. I think this is a dude here. So this is his face. He's wearing a helmet, a blue helmet. And then this is his kind of armor. And then we have a singular leg and a hand, singular hand. This is his other hand holding on to some kind of spear or lance or something. Cool. All right. Well, that was fun. Cool puzzle, PjoeterBliep. I liked the logic of the Japanese sums. Don't get to do Japanese sums all that often in this series. Let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.